What's up, guys? I'm back at it again. I know it's been a while, even since when I first decided to get back again, and I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. It's based on fucking laziness. It's based on inadequacies of myself, but it also has to just do with me having to change my life already and having these aspects of my life being changed already. And as you can tell, the setting, everything about the room is quite a bit different, and that's because it indicates the changes that are already happening. And with this job, I've been able to acquire certain things and acquire differences just in the smallest degrees, but that's about to change into the biggest degrees, which eventually hope to God that obviously most likely it's going to be the case that you're going to see me eventually in a different room, as I as I as I envisioned, as I planned, as I focused in. But also, as a part of progressing and making sure that these things are changing, is because I'm very grateful to being able to have the job that I have. I really am. I'm proud for the position and everything that I'm taking when it comes to all of that. But at the end of the day, I understand that when you're an employee, your job is very fragile. Position is very fragile. And why is it fragile? Because it is very disposable. And no matter how kind certain environments may be, or how kind this, or how kind that, or even if you're doing your best, it is not guaranteed that you will be insured your position. And I have to understand that, and that's a reality. That's what this world doesn't teach you. It's what this life doesn't teach you. It doesn't teach you these things. It doesn't automatically display these things. They just send you off to college, and they think that somehow, some way, that's gonna fucking teach us anything about the realities of the world. And I decided to sacrifice the time of what I wanted with college for later, because really what I honestly wanted out of that was an experience, a social experience. I didn't want to get some kind of education. I knew it was bullshit. I know what I'm doing right now is actually living to the practical needs of what I need, whether it's to get out the house, whether it's to achieve my vision within this content creation, what I'm doing right now, or whether it is to build to the bigger vision of artistry that I have in my mind, and then even beyond that. These are things that are happening, but I'm going to be honest, it kind of comes down to this consequential point where, although I know that these things are changing, and at least right now is coming from an innocent standpoint, a standpoint of just, well, what's wrong with being able to get out? What's wrong with becoming independent? What's even wrong with content creation? I think in foresight, there's nothing really wrong with that at the obvious points. But at the same time, because a lot of people, they fiend and they hunger for success, and because of comparison thief of joy, that you look at Instagram and you get depressed because people are certainly living their highlights, especially girls. You see them fucking in their yacht parties and this and this and that, and you're just here being alone and isolated at the come up of the story, basically. And sometimes it makes you mad, and sometimes it makes you very angry and very upset about those things. But when you actually look at it, this life that I have right now is something that I'm going to look back to, and I'm going to think, well, this is what I miss. All that superficial stuff, all the stuff that I'm going to end up succeeding in later on. Um, yes, I need to do it. It's the inevitable path. But I'm gonna come to soon realize that I'm gonna miss the simplicity. I'm gonna miss being single. I'm gonna miss being alone. I'm gonna miss just having these private moments where I don't have to really have the care in the world, and just kind of be in my isolated little road before the big stuff comes in. Now, what makes it beautiful is the fact that you're going over there and then you're looking back. If you just retain this, I don't think it would be as beautiful. But the reason I mention this is because I know that my success is inevitable. I'm not afraid of not succeeding. I know I'm going to succeed because of practical implication, because of how certain things, how easy they are, and because of how it just, there's really, let's just be honest, there's no competition as far as that. People are so lazy and so lacklustered in life in general that even if you tell them the easy path, they're still not going to take it. It's very few people. It's really at this moment, it just simply comes down to people who have the simple courage and the wherewithal and the work ethic to be able to do what they need to do, and the people that don't. It simply comes down to that, because even people with talent that aren't working as hard, they're not gonna get anywhere. And I I know that now. And so with that being said, to me that's not what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of what comes with success. I'm afraid of what makes people into this particular kind of way, because you know, I think a lot of the times, especially with the kind of man and leader and um an artist that I plan to be, it's inevitably going to be tragic. It's inevitably going to be something that's going to be like a Greek tragedy, a modern Greek tragedy. It is inevitably going to be that way, and I know that. And because of that, it's a lot of the times you sort of have this kind of vision about it, but you don't really know what it specifically entails, what kind of corruptive aspects it entails. And so with that being said, I know that it's inevitable and I know that it's coming. And one of the affirmations that made me really realize that this is much coming sooner than I think is when I went to Mexico last year, and I was walking by Mexico City, and then this random woman, you know, hold she hold my hand. She gripped it really hard, just randomly, and she was in the streets. And she told me that that when she felt me, she didn't quite understand. I mean, she just felt a very ominous presence and a deep level of hatred, and that I don't even know where it comes from. And and this path, this road that lies ahead, and in that road is a, a basket, and in that basket is a baby, and near the baby, right in the casket, is a knife. That's all she told me. And so, with that being said, for whatever that's worth and whatever that means, I know that I have to take this road, but I don't think I know how much it's gonna cost to become who I want to become. And I plan to be very exceptional. No one's gonna strip that away from me, no matter how much they try, no matter how much I have to go through. I'm gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing until my last breath. But I know that God is not going to leave me behind. I know that He knows that I have to do what I need to do. It's inevitable. And so He'll protect me along the way. He'll give me the queen that I deserve. And she'll be by my side through the biggest trials and tribulations. While the world screams their hatred and love towards me, it all sounds the same. She'll be there right beside me. But we're still in the beginning. We're still in the beginning. Alright, well, it's time to continue this on. It's time to continue to push forward and never stop because there's no going back. And now, as I'm getting closer to that, and as I keep pushing what I'm exactly doing right now, which is streaming, the closer that I'm at getting closer to that. Goodbye for today.